Hey guys and girls, welcome to the channel. Today, which is coming to the end of the day for me, I had to go down to a rental, change out 2 of the water heater elements in that rental that I did that was so bad. Had issue with the water heater. It was kicking the reset button, and then once I got all that knocked out, I ended up coming back up to the shop, which it's a little ways, but it's bright. And so what I did is I pulled all the rotors and everything, calipers, off of the Subaru. I've got this thing just about ready to go. And I think the back brakes, I think the e-brake on the back brakes actually looks pretty good. So what I'll probably do is I'll probably just have the rotors turned if they can. The back's pretty rough. I can get all the rotors turned, put new pads on everything, and I think this car will get a little more comfortable riding. And then the tires, I got one that keeps going flat. I'll air them up once I get everything back on here, and I'll drive it over to the tire shop over here and give them a once over. I always do business with those guys. Shout out to Gary's. I always use those guys. They've been matching my tire prices that I've been buying online, and I have them mounted and balanced everything there anyway. So, or even our drift tires we're buying from them now. So these guys have been done me extremely well over the years. So now we get the tires over there. Like I say, we'll drive this thing, and then after I get the brakes and rotors on, get all that turned, I'll do some driving, just make sure that everything's solid, no leaks or anything that just stands out. And the driver's door, I've got to figure it out. It won't open from the outside. So once I get that figured out, I think this thing will be pretty much ready to go. Before I let it go again, I'll change the oil, check the fluids and everything, go over everything and see what I got with it. But so far so good. I drove it a little bit, not a ton, because I wanted to get these brakes on because it's vibrating and you know, kind of shaky in the steering from all that. So and it could be one of the tires may have a knot in it too, but that's why I wanted to do all the rotors and stuff. And then I'll take all the Wilson tires and have them rotated and balanced and the whole shabazz over at Gary's, and this thing should be ready to go shortly thereafter. But yeah, it's been a busy day for me. I'm sweating like crazy. I've been going all day. I'm about done for the day. Just kind of cluing you in on where we're at in the Subaru, but I got that thing ready. And then I got the Civic. I pulled the head off of it. The head gasket, I guess, was just a crappy, almost looked like a cheap head gasket, maybe. If I get lucky, I'm gonna take the head to the machine shop. He was closed on Friday, and I hadn't had a chance to get to there today, so I'll try to take the head tomorrow and go ahead and have the rotors turned at a muffler shop. A friend of mine owns a muffler shop right there. I think he's actually family too, but I'll get all my exhaust work done there from that guy. He welded the rear diff for me and everything. And yeah, we get a little further along. Let's see. Broke some lugs. Actually, when we were leaving the drift track, my son was changing wheels and 2 lug studs broke off. Don't know if he cross-threaded them or what. We'll see. But 2 of them broke, so we ended up having a trailer, put it on the rollback, and he drove my car, which it's still got his back wheels on it, because evidently the brand of tires I had, we made 2 trips out on the track and they were just destroyed. And they were not new, but they weren't far from brand new. So, and it was ones that was actually on the car when I got it. So, I mean, I can't really complain, but the Nitto 555s lasted forever. But they were way too big and they're way too expensive for me. So, that being said, we gotta get some tires rounded up this week. We have to, what else we gotta do? I'm gonna try to finish this job here. Maybe get this thing financed to somebody or get it out of my face. Try to get that head back on the Civic, see where we are with that. I gotta get this white Tahoe in here, try to get the distributor dialed in on it, change out some exhaust and a seat and some other stuff, try to get that thing financed. And I ended up back with a Ford Ranger of mine, and we have an Accord, and we got to get the IS300 lugs changed, and I want to get mine on the lift and give it a once over. I hadn't had it on the lift a little bit, and maybe might have a loose axle or something in the back. Still feels pretty solid, but it's got a little noise in it. I just want to check it. And wouldn't hurt to put a couple exhaust gaskets in that one, in the G35. So, all right, lots to do this week. Here we go. All right, guys, another day has came and went. I got all of the brakes and rotors on the Subaru. I got them turned. Got the new pads on. Got the wheels and tires back on. So tomorrow I'll probably have to drive it a little bit. Let's see, I may end up having to bleed the brakes. I'm not sure. I'm going to check them after I get ready. Let's see. Yeah, this thing's pretty much done. I'm going to get the wheels and tires probably rotated, which I could rotate them, I guess, but I'm going to have them balanced and everything. But check this jewel out. Yep, the bash bar got hung on the ground. It's skint all 2 pieces. Once we lowered that thing, once we put the angle kit on it, it lowered the crap out of the car. And so it like tore the fenders up coming out of the garage before we realized it. And yeah, going into the track down at Nyota where we go, the first track where we started, it's got a little bit of a gravel road going in, and I guess we hadn't been there since we got the bash bar, and when we done the angle kit, it lowered it so much it drug going in there, so it bent it backwards. So we have to bend it straight. And I think we're going to try to raise it up a little bit, but I've debated on I may end up having to cut some of the riser pieces off of the bash bar, and I may raise that lower bar up just an inch or so to get it level with the bottom of the front of the car. So I think if it sits lower than the radiator support, yeah, it's going to protect it, but it's also going to catch when the radiator support wouldn't. So I think we may end up going that route. We're probably going to have to bend it back too. We're going to have to get it, I think the little tabs on the back where it bolts to it, I think that bar right there is bent down. And I know the top bar where the drops are, it's bent right there. So we gotta rework this thing a little bit, I believe. He evidently hit it pretty hard. And then when he went around the track, once we got there, he'd bent it up so bad, he couldn't even go around the track because it was just dragging everywhere he went. So I think those coilovers where it's so low, it's made them spongy. And I think we're gonna have to raise it up just a hair anyway and just keep it off the ground so we don't bust the oil pan. So we got some work to do on that. He broke 3 lug studs. I don't know if they cross-threaded, whatever. But we gotta start on that. So I'm trying to finish this Subaru to get it on the lift, get the IS300 on the lift, get started on it. So it's always something. But we got a full house. We'll have the IS300, Subaru, my car over there, and then a Civic on top. And then, as always, we got the GMC Canyon that I don't need. Somebody wants that thing, I'll do some trading or sell it. Hit me up. But all right, I'm gonna call it a night. Move the IS300 in, close it up, go to the house. I'm tired. All right, here we go.
I'm feeling high.